The Green Bay Packers are at a crossroads as they navigate a significant need at the edge rusher position. With Micah Parsons set to be sidelined for a considerable portion of the early season, there's an undeniable urgency in the air regarding the team's pass rush capabilities. Yet, amidst this pressing concern, there's a counterpoint. The Packers have time on their side when it comes to bolstering their defensive front. It raises the question, will General Manager Brian Gutekunst make a hasty move to acquire a veteran pass rusher, or will he hold off and allow the current roster to prove its worth? Fans, where are you watching from? We want to hear your thoughts on this situation. Do you think the Packers should dive into the veteran market, or is it better to wait and see how training camp plays out? Let's discuss. The reality is there's no immediate call for panic. The Packers are not on the verge of signing big names like Jadeveon Clowney or orchestrating a trade for Josh Sweat just yet. Instead, they seem poised to evaluate their internal options as they head into training camp. And while the absence of Parsons is a real concern, it's equally true that the team has some intriguing talent on the edge that could step up in his absence. Take Lukas Van Ness, for example. After a rookie season where he recorded 4 sacks, he experienced a dip in production, tallying only 1.5 sacks in the first half of 2025. However, his pressure numbers remained respectable, and his performance during off-season practices has been encouraging. He's now stepping into a leadership role, and as Parsons himself noted, he believes in Van Ness's potential. I think he can be as great as he wants to be, Parsons said at minicamp, highlighting the expectations that are starting to converge around Van Ness as he embraces this critical opportunity. Then there's Barryn Sorrell, who had a modest 1.5 sacks as a 4th-round pick last year. His college career peaked with only 6 sacks during his senior season at Texas, but he's got the right mindset, as Parsons emphasized. Barryn already has the mindset that he's going to be a top-tier player, Parsons remarked, which suggests that Sorrell could rise to the challenge if given the opportunity. Let's not overlook Colin Oliver either. The 5th-round pick had an impressive college career, boasting notable sack totals before injuries hindered much of his early NFL development. With a fresh start and the right guidance, he could emerge as a vital component of the pass rush as well. Brenton Cox is another name to watch. After showing flashes with 4 sacks in just 7 games last season, he too has the potential to make a significant impact. His groin injury last season was a setback, but he's reportedly made strides during OTAs and minicamp, stating, getting to the quarterback almost every other play. So, no problem on that. Now, while Gutekunst is clearly keeping an eye on the market, his historical approach suggests a more measured strategy. He's known to let training camp and preseason play out before making any significant moves. It's a gamble. If the pass rush struggles, he may need to act quickly, but if his young players rise to the occasion, that could reshape the entire narrative around the Packers' defense. Speaking of the market, there's certainly a pool of pass rushers available, should the Packers choose to explore that route. Joey Bosa, for instance, might be contemplating retirement, but if he were to get a call from Green Bay, it could reignite his career. Then there's Jadeveon Clowney, a proven asset who continues to produce, and Haason Reddick, who has had his ups and downs but brings a wealth of experience. Kyle Van Noy is another veteran whose production has fluctuated but could provide depth and stability if needed. And what about Josh Sweat? Arizona seems committed to keeping him, but if the Cardinals falter early in the season, there could be a chance for a trade. However, by then, Parsons could be back on the field, potentially alleviating the immediate need for an outside addition. As we look forward, it's clear that the Packers have options, but the effectiveness of their pass rush will heavily depend on the development of their current roster. Will Gutekunst pull the trigger on a trade if the situation demands it? Or will he trust in the young talent he's cultivated? This is a pivotal moment for the Packers as they balance their need for immediate impact with a long-term vision for their defense. As fans, we need to stay engaged and watch the story unfold, as training camp will be the proving ground for these young edge rushers. So, Packers fans, how do you feel about the current edge rusher situation? Should Gutekunst stick with the current roster, or is it time to explore outside options? Comment below with your thoughts, and let's keep the discussion going. And don't forget to subscribe for all the latest updates on your Green Bay Packers.